to my channel. This is half the contents of my closet spilled out onto our bed. There's no rhyme or reason for this. Some things were on the floor, some things were on shelves, and this is just a gigantic, ridiculous mess. Totally disorganized. So what I'm going to do, it's an embarrassing video, but what I'm going to do is show you how I put things back together and kind of give you an overview of my closet in its entirety. So down here, the reason why I haven't really been using the closet as I should is because I bought 2 of these little racks from Amazon, and these extend, so they go about twice the height you see right now. This is really low, but I bought these a while back thinking that I was going to use them, kind of put them in the bedroom and lay out or hang up my clothes for the week for work. And it never really ended up happening like that. This just became a catch-all and another bar for clothes to be hung up on, period. So I just have a ton of stuff to get through. As you can see, I have bins, I have purses, I have bags, I have miscellaneous hangers, just everything. So I'm gonna show you the inside of my closet and show you kind of what kind of obstacles I'm dealing with. So this is my closet. John and I do not share a closet. He uses the one in one of our guest bedrooms. So this is all mine, and I really have no excuse to have it in the condition that you see. So I'm just gonna go over and kind of show you the different areas and come up with, I guess, a way to get this in working condition again. So here I just have some crap, junk, and it's just a bunch of stuff that I really need to put away that doesn't belong here. And then down here I have some tissues. Down here I have some t-shirts and some like jogging pants and things like that, just like comfortable loungewear. And on this bar here I have just shirts. I mean, anything that's hanging is a shirt, is a top. So pants I have folded, that's a different situation, but I have this bar, I have this one, and I have this one that is completely empty. I have these little cupboards up here, and it just has more crap in it. So again, no rhyme or reason for anything going on here. And then here I have like these 2 drawers, and they aren't full, they're just kind of there. Over in this corner I have these plastic drawer units, drawer bins, and I've had these forever before we actually installed these built-ins, and I just didn't get rid of them because I always thought I needed the extra storage space. So what I think I'm going to do is utilize these drawers for like winter sweaters, winter gear, scarves, things like that. Things that I don't reach for all the time, because honestly, I don't really want to get rid of them, but I also don't want this kind of crap happening where the drawer is like actually caving in on itself and totally unusable. I mean, that goes from semi-useful to just being a piece of crap. So I just have to get that under control. Over here I have my nail polish rack from Amazon, and I have a lot of miscellaneous polishes on here, but let me give you a close-up. You can tell that I never, ever reach for these because they're separating. So I can't even tell you the last time I actually came in here and grabbed a polish. These are like where my nail polishes go to die. So all my other polishes that I use all the time end up in my nightstand or in my vanity in the other room. So this just is a useless piece right now. And I would like to kind of maybe shake up some of these, see if they're salvageable. If not, I'm just going to get rid of them and replace them in this rack with the ones that like I'm currently using, the ones that are still good. So that is pretty much the clothing situation. Over here, I really thought that this was going to be a great idea and a great module for the built-ins entirely, and that's this corner unit. So I'm going to get in close to this one right here and show you how much wasted space there is. So if I move this purse out of the way, you can see I have some sweaters folded on this shelf, but back here I have all this space that when I don't have a light shining on it like I do now, I can't see back here. So this has a very small opening, and it probably doesn't look small, but if you're up close to it, this is probably maybe about 14 inches wide at the most, but it's got this gigantic area for like storing stuff. And so it's not really useful for me, especially the way it's set up right now. So I think what I'm going to do is what I started to do down here and put like extra throw pillows, things that I don't reach for all the time, because if this ends up being like an area where I keep things that I use all the time, it's just going to become frustrating. It's going to become a mess just like it is right now. So here I have a couple different shoe components, and I think that's a dime on the floor over there, a nickel. So I need to sweep this too, but these are a couple different things going on. Like the bottom little shelf, all these are from Home Depot too. They're from like the Closet Made brand, but I stacked up tons of them on top of each other. And while this is a good idea in theory to have these little shoe cubbies, they're just not big enough to even contain one pair of shoes each properly. So as you can see, like these, I just have them kind of shoved in here, and it just isn't, it's not good for your shoes. You know, they get matted down, they get pushed down, they get out of shape. And if I just put one shoe in each one, that doesn't really leave you with a lot of storage space. So in theory, I think these were a great idea. In reality, I don't think that they're very useful. So I'm not sure how I'm going to organize this or what I'm going to put here. Like these shelves here, they're not even high enough barely to put a high heel shoe, which I don't have a ton of anymore. I think the shoes I wear to work and in life are mostly more casual now, but still I don't want to get rid of them just because. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. And up here I have some empty shoe boxes and storage bins, and they're empty. I don't know why I'm holding on to them. So unless I can find something that belongs in them and can be stored in them, you know, properly, I just think that's more wasted stuff I'm gonna get rid of. Up here, I just have like purses lined up, and again, there's just no rhyme or reason for it. They're just kind of stacked on top of each other. So I really need to clean that out as well. So that brings us back to the beginning and back to the problem at hand. And so I'm gonna get started on the whole purging situation. Goes back in the closet, what gets hung up, what gets put in drawers, just go from there. All right, everybody, so I'm back, and for the most part I am finished with this closet clean out, and I'm going to explain to you some things as we go along and just give you a snapshot of what everything is looking like so far. So this is, I'm gonna get way back here right now. This is the left side of my closet, and it looked a lot different yesterday. As you can see, there's nothing on the floor that shouldn't be there, and that was an undertaking that took some time. I will say that my nail polishes have not yet been touched, which I feel kind of bad about, but I'm in the process of organizing this, and I'm going to have to purge a lot of those. But down here, I put some of my more frequently used polishes and newer ones in that Target dollar spot basket. So I'm going to kind of get rid of a lot of this and replace them with the ones I use most often. So here I just have a couple of my purses stacked up here, and this is one area I did not get to yet because I'm not really sure how I'm going to, I guess, figure this whole area out. I want to store my purses up here, but it's a really short area, and a lot of them won't be able to stand up once I put them, you know, right side up. But I need to figure out a way and maybe stuff them with some old towels or something just so they keep their shape, because right now they're just piled on top of each other, and I really feel bad about that because they just get broken down, and I want to fix that by this weekend. So I can do an update on that if you would like, how I store my purses or purse organization, whatever. So here I kept these plastic bins from Walmart. And as you can see, like, our house is older. It was built in the 80s. We still have some of the brown trim in here. We did replace a lot of trim in our house when we moved in to white, or we painted a lot of it white. We either painted or replaced it, but in here we didn't get to it. So the next time we paint, I'll go ahead and replace the trim in here too. So here, plastic drawers, and I'm really happy because I organized them really well, and I have in the first 3 all my Christmas sweaters and tops, and I even have a couple boxes of Christmas cards that I didn't even open up this year, so I want to save those for next year. So I have everything organized there, so next year when it's time to get out the Christmas sweaters, I know exactly where to go and I don't feel like I'm missing some or whatever. So that worked out nicely. And then down here is just more sweaters and things that are less often used by me. So same thing for here. In these bins here, these drawers, I have less often worn clothing. And as soon as spring hits, I want to go through things again, but it's going to be a lot easier this time because at least everything is in its place. And I want to go through things and figure out what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. So up here, if you remember earlier in this video, this was completely empty. I didn't have anything hanging here. And what I did was go ahead and hang up a lot of my tops that are right now not being worn very much or at all. So again, this is a project probably for springtime, and I'm looking forward to that actually. Now that things are a little bit more manageable and a little bit more organized, I'm actually looking forward to further steps in the organization. So here in these two bins, I have scarves, and in this one I have some gloves and a hat and some extra like wallets and things like that. This actually goes with my one purse. This is my most used wallet. My mom got me this at Dillard's. It's a Vera Bradley. Probably my most used wallet ever. I love it so much, but I need to give it a break. But it's a Vera Bradley winter print with the reindeer. So anyway, so let me back up here. If you remember, I had stuff actually shoved into both of these shelves, and I have nothing there right now, and it feels so good to have some space where you have nothing, because when you are filled and just to capacity with no room to move, no room to grow, no room to put away clean laundry, it's very frustrating. So I was able to keep that empty. I have a pair of my slippers down there just tucked under. Here in this bin down here, I just have some more scarves, and they're more springtime scarves, so I'm just going to leave them where they're at. I actually purged so much that I have room on both of these bar hangers to hang up new or clean laundry. So I can say that this, plus I have some bins in the basement, but I have everything that I'm currently wearing or currently interested in either folded in a dresser or hung in this closet or folded in this closet. And I do have one load of laundry that I'm going to currently be washing, and then I'll be putting that away, and then I have room for everything, and it feels so good. Now I have so much for Goodwill, it's crazy, but I feel really, really good about that too. So I have my extra hangers hung up here and up there, and then I just have them stacked in this bin. This is from Target. So up here, just some of my more often worn tops, I guess, but down here is my most worn currently. So I just kept them because I'm short and I like to keep them on the lower level. So it just makes things easier. However, I did buy one of these on Amazon. You guys are probably familiar with these, like you see them at Kohl's and things like that. It's just one of those hanger hook grabbers, and it's just got a wooden end to it, and it's really nice because you can easily use this like you would in a department store to get something down up here. So that's nice for this level, because if I want to get something down from up there without like pulling everything or whatever, it just makes it easy. I can definitely reach. I mean, I can definitely take things down up here, but it just makes things, you know, a lot easier. So I like that. So over here again, blank space, really happy about it. In here, in this corner organization, this is a little bit crazy, but it's a lot better than it was. I do have a lot of throw pillows down there where that Hello pillow is. That pillowcase is from Hobby Lobby. And down there I have another bin that matches this one here. And I just have some, I don't even know what's stored in there. I think it's just some pants or something like that. So in here I have some hats. This black one is covering a few others. And I have a couple purses. I have a pair of shoes here that I just wanted to stand upright because they are too high to fit in these cubbies. And then that's actually a piece of my luggage, and that needs to go with the other suitcases. And then up here, I kind of went through this a little bit, straightened it out a bit, but I still have some work to do, I guess, in purging some of these empties. So right now I just kept them as is, but I think I'm going to use this upper area as just more purse storage. So that's that. My shoes are a million times better. I got rid of probably 15 pairs as of right now, and this is what they're looking like. I really tried to downsize enough where I could fit one shoe, if need be, into each cubby instead of kind of jamming them in there. Now some of them are still jammed in there, as you can see, but for the most part some of the better shoes are on their own, and that's going to prevent them from getting broken down too, so that's nice. Over here on the floor I have two kind of jewelry boxes, and they really don't have anything in them right now, and in fact one is gonna push it back. They're just kind of hanging out there waiting to be utilized. And here I just had some necklaces and things like that, and I had one of my fall hats, but I did hang a couple of purses for the time being. So I think what I'm gonna do up here and then up here as well is hang some of the command strips, command hooks, and hang some of my hats or purses that way. So I think that's everything. Oh, so in here I have some of my smaller crossbody purses and things like that, and they're just hanging out really nicely in there, which is good. And then I'll show you in this cabinet too, because I showed you that before. I have a couple of purses just standing upright and a little jewelry box, and then up there I have some more spring scarves and another purse. So that's really nicely organized as well, in my opinion. So I think, yes, this second drawer is empty too. It just feels so good to have empty space. Oh my gosh. So guys, this might not look perfect to you. In fact, this isn't like a super check out my closet, my fancy closet tour at all. I just wanted to show you some realistic footage of someone trying to make sense out of their mess and trying to have their stuff kind of stored away in a better, I guess, in a better way. And so I'm really happy with it. And yeah, it's not fancy or anything, but I'm really, really loving feeling more organized. So it just feels better, you know, like you feel like you can breathe easier at night when like things aren't too cluttered, I guess. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see a bedroom tour, leave me a comment that you're interested in that. And if you would like to see more on my closet or how I organize my drawers, because I'm actually going to spend quite a bit of time on organizing them the proper way, let me know. And I also have a craft room tour coming up as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.